There we go. There it works now. How's everybody doing? I think it may not have been showing. I may not have been, audio may not have been in there. Had a little thing. So, hi, everybody. Oh, man. Grandkids just left a little while ago, so I'm a little frazzled. I've had them since 1 o'clock today. So, well, mountain time. So it's been seven hours ago they came over. So, all right, let's see all who's here. Make see how many I've missed already. Well, first one in is Chipper66 with his lurking face. Then we got Moon over Miami, Walt Rogers, Troop 1351. Oh, and they put up that they've been members for 16 months, and they're part of the Staff Sergeant's Boot Camp. They got Phelan Clan Wolf. It's the Marshmallow Man, and Lewis has been a member for 6 months. Geeky Gardens, hey Jack. Mad Chick Acres, of course, y'all know that's Mark. And we got Suzanne Galley here. Brenda Duncan 1900 Homestead. Rick Phelan. I always get it just a little bit off. This is not as bad as my uncle. My uncle used to call me by a totally different first name for 40 years. All righty. All right, so we got all that in there. Let's back this a little bit. All right, so tonight's topic is, I was going to go one way with it. I figured, I think I might want to go another way with it here. We're going to be talking about the same stuff, but the way I'm going to be highlighting things on it. So hopefully this will work out more for everybody that's in here and anybody who happens to watch it later on. All right, so let's see here. Let's get, there we go. All right, so there's a difference between a greenhouse and a high tunnel. I'm going to cover that a little bit. And that way, you can decide whether, do I really want a high tunnel or do I want a greenhouse? And before I even start that off, let me slip over here. There we go. So the original greenhouses weren't glass. In the cities, they would take, they weren't out there like this picture right up here. They were basically houses that nobody was living in, that individuals or communities got together with, to use, and they basically set it up for growing, vegetables and stuff. I have to look back on it again, but I believe it was during World War I. And it was sort of like a victory garden, but they were doing it so they grow stuff in the wintertime in the New England states. And CR's in the house. Woohoo! And so the original greenhouses were houses that they were using to grow stuff in. All right, so let's get back over here. All right, so this is a high tunnel. You notice there's no fans on it. There's nothing powered on it. It's just a high tunnel. A low tunnel would be one of those ones just over a couple of rows, and that's it. You lift up the side to work them and stuff. So this is called a high tunnel. It has a door on it, so you get inside. Now along the side, it has it where you can, or the stuff can roll up on the side or roll down. Some of them, it looks like this one actually has a screen across there, keep the bugs out, but you can roll it up and roll it down to, depending on the temperature of the day and stuff. Now this here looks similar to it. Side rolls up, opens up and stuff, but it has the louvers up on top, and it actually has a heater in it here. Right there, dead center, that's a heater unit. So a greenhouse has a heater. Theoretically. Theoretically. All right. Now, some of them, like this here, this isn't really a high tunnel, but this one here does. If you look down at the bottom here, has a heater down here at the front here, a little some sort of heating or ventilation unit there. But This is a little bit different. This is almost like a garden shed that you can grow some stuff in. Now, if this were up here in Idaho, would be consider that a high tunnel type structure because there's no heater in it, and you need a heater up here. Now, the one thing we don't know on some of these, whether or not they went with geothermal heating and cooling. That's another thing to do on it. Hey, Shawnee, there it is. Yeah, and that's what a lot of people do to start out with. They put low tunnels over a single bed or a couple rows, and where they can get, little hoop things, and that way they can open it up and close it down depending on how hot it is and stuff. That way they don't cook the plants, and that way the plants get a head start until they get big enough and the weather warms up enough where they can just take the tunnel off of it. Okay, I missed this one. So Jack answers to most anything except, especially at mealtime. Hey, you! I'm coming. I'm going to go back to that previous one. So this one here is wood with, it's not plastic, but it is plastic. It's a special type, specific type of plastic on it and stuff. So it stands up better than glass does, especially if you have hail in the area. And it, I can't remember what it's called specifically right now. Pardon me, I'm having a brain fart. Now here's one here that is built on bricks, whereas the other one is built on wood. And this one is more like an arboretum type thing because you got chairs out there, there's chairs in it and stuff. But they can totally set it up with tables and shelves and everything in there. And then it's got the opening vents top so they can cool it off once things start getting warm. This one here, looking at it, I do not see any way to keep it to heat it up. So it's probably not in the northern, in the far north. It's probably down more mid state level, around the Mason-Dixon line. Now this is a high tunnel because there's no ventilation, but it's got doors on both ends. But it's all out of that plastic material on there. And so when they have the doors here, they got an upper part of the door. You can see on both ends of it that's separate, so they can open that up and keep the bottom part of the door closed, so they can keep critters out. But it allows it to cool down. And we're going to talk about that. I will bring some up. Actually, I had a guy down the street here that had a high tunnel that was made out of cow panels with the stuff over it, and I will share that stuff with you guys here later. And this one here is almost like a garden shed. It's small, has a vent on it. Whether or not, I can't tell whether or not this one here is thermostatically controlled. Some have a built-in thermostat, so on the lever action. So when it gets to a certain temperature, it just kind of opens it up on its own. Okay. Of course, then there are the really big ones here. I don't think anybody here wants to have one of these greenhouses because basically you could practically use to live in it too. But this one here is all glass on it, and all steel and glass. And I think that's what I got on. Okay, that's the one that I've added to today. I got another one to bring up here in a second. Go over a little bit. And close that one down. Bring the other one up here. This is some stuff from before. Now, generally speaking, greenhouses and high tunnels are outside. Mom's on point. Yeah, she will need it. Need to replace the windows in my house in Florida first. Yeah, that'll work. That'll work good. recycling the glass. And you could probably find other, people doing remodeling stuff where get the old window frames and stuff and recycle the glass off of those. Okay. So anyway, some of the for generally they are looked at as being outdoors for greenhouses. However, I looked something up, and it was 3 years ago. I did another one, and this is a PowerPoint from that one. Indoor greenhouses, are they worth it? That's the thing is, nowadays the way things are going, people are actually bringing their little greenhouses indoors, and there's a bunch of different ways to do it. They have one that's just simply like this. I know that Dustin and Courtney have one. I think theirs is a little bit bigger than this. They put it down in the basement, and they have the lights on it, and they control the temperature a little bit on it. All right, so what's the thing here? There was a lot of plexiglass to be had last year. Yeah. All right. You'd be surprised. People have been making them out of them. There's a lot of videos on here. Some of the homesteaders and stuff. They make the hot boxes using window frames, and they hinge it, and they just lift it up, and they make hot boxes using just straight windows. All right, let's see what we got here. All right, so that's the one there. Here's a little smaller one for indoor. You can put indoors, and it basically keeps the humidity up high for the plants inside, and they do the light on it. Here's a more a cabinet type one. So if you want to do some indoors, that's a way to do it. And this is a couple cabinet ones side by side there, and they got the thermometers in there on it as well. A variety of different ones, and but if you're it's interesting on the one on the left here, the bottom one on the left. If you look at it, the sides and back is almost like the cage material there on it. You'd have to blow, look at it, but you can see it right over where my cursor is moving right there. Some of there. And they got little mini ones for seed starting and stuff, and other ones for indoor plants that they really want to protect and give them constant stuff on it. Here's a little bit bigger one from that first one I showed, and they got it indoors. They got it in an arboretum, so they really are want to protect the plants that are in here. These are tabletop, countertop ones. And they got the lids, the top that opens up, so you can open it up to maintain proper temperature on it. Here's a homemade one using PVC pipe. It looks like they use 3/4 inch. Yeah, 3/4 inch. And then they got some of the wire racks from Wally World or Target or whatever, and put those in there and hung up their grow lights. A friend in upstate New York put 2 huge greenhouses in his apartment, is growing some amazing things. Cool. If you're got a large apartment or a large house and you got a room you're not using, yeah, you can do something like this. Next one here. And here is a total setup one where it draws it, has so you can draw air out and in to keep the humidity right. And you can also have some of these that have little heaters on it, and they got all little packets and stuff, and they zip it open so you can walk in there and walk out, and you set up all sorts of little trays and stuff in there. But this one costs a bit of money. This is made to go indoors. as well. All these are. See here it is when it's all loaded and stuff with everything else. And they got a filter system on it and a fan to move stuff around. And so they're starting all their plants inside here before they, early. So after the last frost is gone, they can take them outside and they can survive. And this is more like a whole basement one where they've built shelves and built everything and recycled material and just used the whole room as it. The problem may be with some of these, you got to watch the humidity so you don't get mold growing on the walls. Another one in the basement. I can tell because all the wiring and plumbing stuff up there in the upper left. Hey, that little thermostat looks like the one I have in the kitchen. And you can just set up an area, set up tables, use grow lights, and grow stuff like I'm doing in the living room. I got a rack with all the grow lights on it, and yeah, I'm just growing out there in the middle of the rooms. The kids were out playing around it today, the grandkids, and some were looking at it, and they were building with the Brio style train track all around it, and they built it up to the shelves. And it's like, guys, don't be messing with the plants. So you can do amazing things, And I notice on the windows in the background here, I know you probably can't see it unless you're watching it on a big TV, but the windows have plastic over them as well to act as insulation from the most likely snow outside. So you got to decide what you want to do and how you want to do it. This shelving system here they're using is a really strong shelving system. It's not a single bracket on there. It's a U-shaped bracket with double hooks on it, so it can support a lot of weight. Okay, so that was that. Hey, Steve, how's it going? Still doing stuff here. All right, Steve. Close that one down. There we go. So when you're thinking about how you want to help them all right, hang on. Let me get my tongue untied here. So the main purpose of tonight's is ways you can get a jump start using high tunnels, greenhouses, indoor greenhouses, whatever, to get a jump start on your growing seasons. Basically, you're going to extend the growing season. And it works good for the ones inside the house, especially for early start. Oh, rain coming in. Oh, boy. It's dumping on Steve. And it's supposed to be dumping on my wife here. Hang on a second. You look at the weather for Martini. Oh yeah, they got wind advisory and rain coming down. Looking like a half an inch of rain tonight for the staff sergeant there. Exactly, CR. Spring into action faster with your plants. And that's the thing too. Is like some of these setups for the indoor stuff, you can start stuff you can be transplanting outside, and you can actually keep some stuff indoors, like microgreens and lettuces and stuff indoors, and grow them year round. Oh, Lewis has rhubarb sticking out of the ground now. So when you're thinking about what you're going to be planting, actually, let me go ahead and drop this down. Put that in there. Over there. There it is, and pin it. All right. So there's you know, you got to think about what works for you. You don't have to go out and spend a lot of money to get the stuff for doing a greenhouse. We saw that one for the indoor greenhouse where they made it out of PVC pipes, and just took like a little bit heavier duty than the painter's plastic drop cloth, and put on it. But let's see. Panel, greenhouse. All right, let's see if it shows one. Okay, here we go. Here's one there. Boom. Okay, so some people have done a lot of things with you know, different things with the hey, look,
Hey.
with the cow panels. So let me bring this up. What I brought over here. So here's one right here. They got the cow panels on it, and then they put the greenhouse plastic over it, and then they attach it different ways and stuff on it. Here's an early startup of one. So they build the frame, and they went over it, and they did stuff like that. And someone, I'm trying to remember who did it. Someone just did about 2 weeks ago, did a review, a 1 year review of their cow panel greenhouse they built. And the only thing they said they would have done differently is they would have painted all the wood inside, because it gets moisture on it and stuff. And there is, he says, there is some spots where you can see where it's starting to do a little getting some mildew on it, and then where it's starting to get a little dry rot in there, and where it's not down in the ground up above. And so he said if he was going to build it again, he would paint it everything so the moisture doesn't degrade the lumber, and it'll last longer. But so here's one where they got the beds filled up now. They got lumber going up the sides a little bit. Of course, they're calling this one hog panel. It's, you know, instead of cow panel. But yeah, some other simple ones that they just go down, and you don't have to build the boards up the side. You can do it where it's down low and do it, or you can go down low and come up and then put like the corrugated metal or the corrugated plastic in there. So there is a lot of different ways. You know, this is a little bit bigger one, guys, using cow panels. And it looks like they came up about 3 feet up on the sides, and then ran the cow panels up. And bracing for the top of these is something to consider on it.
Yeah, I heard that one of, I don't know how many different types other than having an indoor one and an outdoor one. But a guy in Louisiana has one of these that I know has one of these bigger ones with the white plastic and heat, because he's in Louisiana and they get a lot of sun and heat, right?
Yeah.
And that, well, he says that white plastic helps to cover the plants from the sun, the direct sunlight, so they don't cook. And then the ones, from that point, I understood that, right? And then you see the ones with the clear plastic.
Yeah,
that's more like for Canada up here, because the sun can get through and help heat it up to give it a tropical, if you want to grow lemons or something like that in there.
Yeah. So you know, they got a window at the back of here. You can tell this one's going to open up when they get it done. This is more of a greenhouse type where they got the louvers on it, and they got the fan in the back, and they got a heater in the back. You know, easy to do. You know, you got the translucent, you got the white, you know, all sorts of different things on it. All right, they got a build party going on there. But yeah, you can do different things. And here's the thing too. But I've seen people talking about the greenhouse and stuff. People actually do a, and someone down here does similar to it. Come on, what's her name? Dirt Patch Heaven. Yeah, Dirt Patch Heaven. I can't remember her name, but she has a couple of them where she has the cow panel hoops on it and stuff, and she keeps the chickens in there during the wintertime. And they dig around, they go after the the bugs and stuff because it's keeping it nice and warm. And they're adding manure to it, which is breaking down and making it warm. So it becomes springtime, then they take the chickens out of there and then turn everything. And because the chicken manure's been breaking down, you got the worms up there just going at it. And she does some really good stuff growing there. But all right, so yeah, so those are and there's the ones who have YouTube on them. Yeah, those are. Does it say whose channel that is? No, it doesn't say whose channel that is. But some of these I have our videos from our pictures from the videos that they of them doing it. So let me go ahead and check something here. Bring that down while I do a little digging here for you guys.
Yeah, I find that the indoor gardens, not that they're hard, they take a little more work than the outdoor ones, the outdoor stuff.
Okay, found it. I did do it. I had a bunch of stuff just in gardening. I broke it out and actually made a wish list for greenhouse stuff here on Amazon. This one here was actually this one here is the one that Mac and Patty of Southern Blessed Homestead got this one, and from the time I put it in there, it was $170. It's dropped down to $120, basically 29% drop since I got it. It's a 15-foot by 7x7, and that's what Mac and Patty got and are using there. Okay, what is this one has one. They actually had it bend and yeah, and same thing. Who is it? Who's oh shoot. Oh, has the cherry trees. And both of his collapsed because of the amount of snow they got. And but most of the trees survived. There were a few broken branches, but yeah, his had because the heavy snow that we got, that we got across the United States that 1 week was just and there's down in. Yeah. Now, one of the things you can do is check out what you're going to put on it. I got several different rolls, 20-foot by 50-foot. I was in here was the 6 mil, 20 by 100, 6 mil, 24 by 25 foot, 6 mil. Here we go, 10 mil. This is your heavy duty poly sheeting. And so this is a 20-foot by 100-foot roll.
Yeah, I'd go with that one, the 10 mil.
Yeah, and right now most of the prices have dropped off of here from some of these. Prices will be back here in a little bit, or I got to go in and find out what they've are doing different on it. But yeah. This is the tape. This is 6-inch wide tape. So if you have two pieces that are meeting together, you put that tape on both sides, and it just, or if something happens, a bird does something stupid, tries to dive bomb it, and puts a little hole in it, you can cut a piece of tape and just patch the stuff good. And I think this tape is 10 mil on the tape. But like I said, there's a whole bunch of different type of greenhouses. Oh, they made them green. They're being punny. All right. What my wife and I are talking about doing two different types up here. Probably going to get something like this one here. Another tab here. something like this, for certain things that we can, we can start stuff in there, once it starts to warm up, like right now, it just would be great. We still get freezing nights. We put it out there, it would get really warm, and this one's still portable. We can move it around, and we can do starts in there, and then pull out tubs and stuff. And we got a boatload of gallon buckets, and that way we could start plants in there. When they get so tall and stuff, then we just go out there and plant the whole bucket in the garden. And that way we'd probably pick up a couple months on everybody else around here with something like this.
Yeah, I would. If I were to do something like that, it'd be see-through, like the clear plastic, and it would be all my direct sow stuff.
Yeah. The thing is with this is the way it comes with the green material. It's a whole kit. Just everything for $120.
But if I did that, I'd be out there for a month planting.
Yeah. This is only 15 foot long. It's only 7 foot wide. So but that's the one. The other, we're probably going to get this 10 mil stuff, and we're going to do a wallopini. Bring in the excavator, dig a long pit trench, reinforce walls and stuff on it, put solid wall on the north facing side and insulate it, and then have it slope down on the south facing side. So and then run the underground geothermal tubing out and around the property at about 10 feet deep. So it brings all that warmth down there 10 feet up into it, so that it'll keep it warm.
It'll be at least 58 degrees in there.
Oh, it'll be closer to 60 degrees in there, or 65.
50.
Especially, we do have some areas around it. I'm not sure if we're on top of it here, where you go down about 10 feet and it's actually, it's warm because we have geothermal activity in the area here.
I don't know too much about that, but at least here where I live, that would be at least 58 degrees.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's it. You got, once you have it, you got to plan it too. How are you going to utilize it? Sorry, let me get a cough drop here. Yeah, so you're going to plan out things, figure out how you do your shelves. The one that I watched, the video I watched a couple weeks ago, they were they put some other shelves up above high, and they really like to put starters and stuff up there because the heat rises in there. And then they have another shelf down below, and they were talking about doing a little upgrade on the shelving. Mm-hmm. And I got to throw up a video out here for you guys. Let me pull it out here so it's find the link here on it. There it is. Open in a new tab. Boom. There it's opening up. I know I've shown this a lot with you guys. I'm just getting it set here. I'll bring it over here. It's about the retired postal worker in Nebraska, and we gotta get this add to. Probably drop this out here. There we go. Skip it and bring that over here. And so here's this box for his geothermal stuff. Let me make it big. Geothermal stuff. He has going from one portion to another portion on it. Has a little fan up. That's the gentleman there that has done it. And he's there in Nebraska, and he grows oranges and bananas in his in it. He has controllers on it. But let's go back to this other one here. This is the first one he did. Look at all that stuff, and it grows year round in there. And in the summertime it cools it down, and in the wintertime it heats it up, the geothermal stuff. So So there is some really cool stuff there. I mean, you look at, he's got roses growing in there, and it's, you know, yeah. Let's see if I can find some of this stuff. Oranges, lemons. Look at all those lemons. And this is what my wife and I want to do, is one like this here. Oh, grapes. Where is it? There's the grapes. Come on. Wheel of Death. Come on, show it to me. There we go. There's the grapes. Look at that. Well, you know, most of the time when she was there in the summertime, but these plants grow year round in there. I got a stupid ad. Get rid of it. There we go. There's what it looks like in the wintertime. There's snow. This is looking out from the balcony of the house. So, yeah. All right. So let me go ahead and shrink that down. I'm going to drop that link in there. So actually, let me do it this way here. Come on. See.
Yeah. As long as they keep getting sun, they'll keep growing.
Yeah.
Direct sun at that.
Yeah. And yes, it'll be like our house in California as far as the oranges and the lemons go, because we have oranges on our house there year round, and the same thing with the lemons. All right, so there's the link. Hey, Glenn, how's it going? There's the link to that video. Guys, you may want to save it and off to the side, open it in a set new tab, and so you would right click on it and open in a new tab, and then watch it later, or save it so you can refer back to it. But yeah, there is a lot of good ideas to do stuff. One of the things my daughter is thinking about doing, they got one of those dark gray garden sheds from Sam's Club, and they were keeping tools in it and stuff. As soon as I get the shop across the street emptied out over here this summer, they're going to move all their garden stuff into there, and then that'll just be sitting there empty. And my daughter's talking about bringing it up near the house to and putting it on the south side of the house, and then putting some grow lights out there in it. And because it's dark gray and stuff, it heats up, during the winter time, and the snow didn't stick on it. It didn't collapse. It snow kept them melted, and it just kept it clean. So, that'll be a nice thing, because even though you get snow on the roof, the walls on it are gray, not as dark as the top. They're a kind of a medium dark gray, and the top is a dark gray. But it will it heats up, and so the snow is just melting off of it, even though we were down 17 degrees below zero, and it was still heating up enough to melt the snow off of it. But she just has to run power from the right next to where she wants to set it up at, and just run a cord in there and run grow lights in there so she can start stuff early.
Yeah, the thing I noticed about my indoor green room, with the grow lights, I got 2 windows by it, mind you. Things don't grow as fast in there with the grow lights as they would outside in the sun.
That's the thing, is you got to make sure you got to figure out, read the stuff on your grow lights, find out how many lumens they're putting out, how many. I can't think of the wavelengths. How much wave strength on the wavelengths for the grow stuff. Is it full spectrum? What is it doing? And then I wish I'd saved that. I was watching a video, and then I went off and I forgot to save it to a saved list for our gardening. And the guy was talking about setting the height on it for the plants. And I know that M.I. Gardner did a similar one, but it wasn't as in depth as this other guy was talking about all the wattages and everything else, and the lumens and everything else, and how to test it. And so, depending on how much energy output it's putting out, light wise, how close to the plants you can have it.
Yeah, like mine right now, there's certain tomato plants and other plants that I got that are averaging like from 3 to 4 inches all the way to like 16 inches. So what do you do? You know what I mean? So for me, it's great because I can start certain plants like my peppers and my tomatoes and this other plant in the house for starts, right? So I could get a good head start, because here in Canada, and I'm sure you know as well too, Gil, now I can start planting like my potatoes, my garlic once I got it in the fridge for a little bit. Onions will be soon. All my cold weather crops I can start planting now.
Mm-hmm.
And
there was or is it okay? All right, so I do have some of them here. So I got, let me show you my grow lights here that I've ordered from Amazon. There we go. So these are the grow lights I've ordered. I keep adding more to it. This one here in the middle bar here is the 3-footers. So basically I gave those to my daughter and bought another set. But I also have a bunch of these grow lights here. Let me open this up in another tab here. I have these LED grow lights, full spectrum grow lights. And this has the high output, the PPF of 25. And that's one of the things you got to look for too. And this is 1,000 lumens per. And I have the for those, I have like the work lights, the clamp work lights with the shield on it. Well, since this is already got its own built-in shield, I just took the shield off, screwed those in there, and I just clamp those up. If one plant's growing really good, a couple others struggling, I'll clamp one of those there, and sure enough, they'll just give them a little extra zap of the photons there, and they'll get growing better. And so,
usually I'm planting really early anyways, like for the starts.
Yeah. And so basically what I do with this is I can see where the plant is struggling, because sometimes like on tomato plants I'll have the light bars vertically as it's growing up, but there'll be an area and I'll stick one over there and just give it that little area a little bit better, and it greens up a little bit better on that one. And so it helps out a lot. Going with the distance, keeping the distance right from the plants. And then the other thing I do too, and let me grab it over here, see if I can find it here. Yes. Okay, so let me open that one in a new link, show that to you. And so what I've done, I went and ordered a bunch of these space blankets, and I will hang them around the shelves I've got, so the light from the grow lights, instead of going out into the room, is reflected back at the plants, and that helps out too.
Yeah, I got some of that space stuff where it's white on one side and silver on the other side, and it's reflective silver.
Yeah,
wraps around the walls.
Yeah, and so these are Mylar, and that's on that. And so I got a bunch of packets. I just got to find. They got shuffled around at shops. I got to find where they at so I can pull one or two of those in, because these are, what's the size on these here? This one is not showing what the size is on it. I think it's like 54 inches by 72. Yeah, there's a bunch of different ones you can order there and packs. So this was a it's currently unavailable. They're out again. One of the other ones is that was a 8-pack, and you have to go and look. There's a bundle here for $20. Let's see what that is. That's a 10-pack for $20. So you're $2 a space blanket. All right, so you just gotta look on it on Amazon if you want to get it. All right. My grow lights here. Back over here. Hang on here. Each on my I got mine come in a pack, a 6-pack. So each 4-foot bar is 252. No, sorry, it's 42 watts. So it's 252 watts for the 6-pack. But these are full spectrum grow lights, and so I just set them down close to it. I got them on chains. As the plants grow, I raise it up a little bit. I raise it up, and yeah, the stuff in there is doing really good. I mean, it's when I guess it was 2 weeks ago I did the video on the for channel members only. Let me see if I can find that here real quick. And it was a live stream on the as I was transplanting some of the tomatoes and stuff. Let me see if I can find that over here real quick. And come on. I got so many tabs open. YouTube's going, Okay, so it's back on the 20th. So it's been 9 days. I did a channel members only video, and let me see if I can bring this up and show you guys a little bit of it. Tap back over there where it belongs. I got multiple screens here, so I'm moving links around off on it. All right, so come on, settings. Get that up, and it's okay. So here's what I did. Here's for members only. This is members only, the whole video. So I've got 2 cameras aimed at the shelves here, one from one direction, one from the other. And so right now for the lettuce here that you can see there on this here is like 3 times as big as that in 10 days or 9 days.
Yeah.
So it's a lot bigger, and there, bring the camera. So yeah, it's at least 2 to 3 times as big as that now. And then down below, where's the one? I take it down below. Yeah, there we go. Get it over there a little far. All right, let me pause it. These are cabbages. The one on the right here is at least 4 or 5 times as big in 9 days. It's huge. I had to move that yellow gnat trap away from it because it's growing out to the edge of the container, and I've had to raise the lights up on it because it's just going ba-boom.
Yeah, lettuce and cabbage are cooler crops.
Yeah, and so doing really really good in there on. And that's the thing is, if you want to do, you figure out what you can do. Are you going to do some indoors? Are you going to do some outdoors? Are you going to do both? You know, figure out what's going to work best, and you can do it. It's, you know, whether you're going to do just if you're far enough south where you can do just the high tunnel and not have to worry about heating it, or are you where you need to want to try to heat it passively? You know, dig in a trench 8 feet deep or 10 feet deep, and getting the 4 or 6 inch drain pipe, the big rolls of it, and just rolling it out, and put a couple 100 feet out there and coming back to it, so it pulls air from one side and then blows it, you know, so it makes a big circuit down into the ground there, and makes the air match the ground temperature down that deep. So it's either warming it up or it's cooling it down. And yeah, it's one of those things to think about. You know, that's the problem, you know, with having oh wait, hang on, let me think here. Who did it? Someone actually got a big propane tank brought in for their greenhouse. Having a brain fart. I can't remember. It's been a couple of years since I saw it, but they brought in and they had a propane heater in there, which is kind of cool because propane heaters, one, you know, it produces, as it burns, it's a wet heat, so it's humidifying it, and so yeah. Let's see what the side chat's saying here. Started with shop lights, yeah, and yeah. The I haven't tried it yet, but I also picked up. I just, because for my new shop, redoing the shop and doing the lights and stuff, got rid of all of the incandescents and fluorescents that Brandon had out there. I went to all LEDs, but now I was up and redoing it. I'm, you know, the wiring rat's nest that he put in there. Anybody thought he was being cool how he was wiring it. Was totally, I don't know how it got past code, but I'm redoing it, and I just did a video today, either went out yesterday or the day before, on Camppatton, here on Camppatton Family Compound, on it. That was, hang on, let me see here. Let me go back over here. Regular, because that went out as a regular video, and so that was yesterday. The shop project update. It was an 8-minute video, and I'm showing the lights I put out there and everything else. And I just got another right after I put that video. UPS delivered the next box of 10 shop lights, and let me see if I can that out. Orders. Go to this order here. So I just ordered it. I'll show you what the lights. These are shop lights, but they're almost the same. They're almost the same wattage as the grow lights. And open it up here. And so basically, here they are. These are 2 LED bars of lights. They're 40 watts per unit. And no, 40 watt equivalent. So it's 250 watts for all of them, which means those are 25 watt units each. And oh, the price went up. Price went up since I got it. It was down to $80 when I got it. So it went up $9 here. It goes up and down. And so these are 4 foot long, and you can daisy chain them. Just plug it one. You can daisy chain them and stuff. And So rather, you got to figure out whether you want to spend that much for the grow lights or not, and how well these lights will use. And so, yeah, this option. What was the cost of it? Okay, because I still have a couple 75-watt grow lamps that I got at Home Depot, and those are suckers are those go screw right into the clamp things like I was talking about before. Those are 75 watts, and I have a couple 75 watters, and I have 150 watt. Yeah, grow lights before LEDs and before fluorescence was not cheap. Of course, back then electricity was cheap. They weren't trying to they weren't wearing the bandanas and holding us up like a stagecoach. So anyway, so those are the grow light. Those are the lights I got for the shop, but you might get away with using those as grow lights. I know a lot of people have used just the regular LED shop lights you can get at Sam's Club or Costco, and just hang those up over the plants, and they say they grow fairly well with those. But generally, doing starters and stuff on it, not long-term growing in there. Any questions or any other things that I might be able to point stuff out for you guys as far as dealing with a high tunnel, actual greenhouse, a heated greenhouse, electrically heated, gas heated, passively heated. Let's see if I can find that other one thing here real quick. Where shop. I put that into shop stuff. They do have these type heaters that you can use in there. Propane heater. This is by Mr. Heater, and this is set up to like in a garage heater, but you use it in a greenhouse. It's going to heat up that. You don't have to run it all the time. You have it so it just runs a little bit, and some of them are actually thermostatically controlled. So when the temperature starts dropping, they come on. When it gets too warm, they turn off. So yeah, I got a lot of lists here of different things. These are all wish lists, folks. Solar, electrical solar, so water heater solar, tactical tools, trailer parts, weed control. Oh, for those that have weed problems, I don't know if you've seen the thing for the a lot of YouTube channels are doing it. Okay, you take a gallon of the 5% vinegar from the Wally World, Sam's, Home Depot, whatever, and you put it in a pump sprayer. You add so much salt to it, and a little bit of Epsom salt, which is not really salt. It's potassium. It's some potassium. You add a little bit of that to it, and you spray it on the weeds, and the weeds die. The weeds around here kind of laugh at that. But I picked up 45% vinegar, not 5%, 45% vinegar. Guaranteed, this is going to be burning those weeds. Of course, the soil here is so alkali that it goes into soil and everything starts breaking down. It'll help take it from being a 9 pH to maybe a 8.5 pH. Another reason for extension is having money buy seedling grows. Yeah, save money from having to buy the seedlings. You can grow specifically in the varieties of what you want. Yeah. Yeah. All righty. So coming up here on Monday, no, tomorrow on Gray Man Prepping, The topic is, what are your essentials? We're getting a little back to basics on prepping stuff and figuring out what is your basics, what are your essentials, and what is your fluff. So we're going to be talking about that tomorrow at 6 p.m. Mountain, 8 p.m. Eastern for Gray Man Prepping. Monday back here, 6 p.m. Mountain, 8 p.m. Eastern on Monday on Camppatton Family Compound is we're talking about canning chicken. And Tammy's been canning stuff to show for it. And so we're going to be talking canning chickens and the different ways you can can chicken. On Tuesday on Gray Man Prepping, 10 o'clock Eastern start for Tactical Tuesday. The topic is food storage poison. A lot of stuff that people are putting in a food storage is poison, is basically even though the FDA say it's good to eat, it's actually poison to us, or it can become poisonous fairly quickly. Thursday night is the Midnight Ride with Gray Man Prepping. Next Friday here, we're going poison again. This one is GMO poison. We're talking about plants and stuff that are genetically modified plants or genetically modified organisms that is being sold to us for the garden. That is actually bad for the garden, bad for us, and I'm sorry. I got to show you a plant. I got to show you the plant. Where is it? Where is it here? Yeah. Up here. Talking about GMO. Here you go. This is a pun, but it's hey, I've seen stuff almost as bad as this. Biologists have crossed the watermelon with a cauliflower.
What?
Scottish biologists crossed a watermelon with a cauliflower. Consumers of the new vertical were less with a sense of sadness known as melancholy. Yeah, okay, it's a pun, but they're crossing this plant with that plant, and some of the plants they're crossing is utterly stupid, trying to get something. Oh, this is going to be so colorful, purple, and so they're crossing certain plants with other plants, and it's like, wow. All right. One of the things, that's the one thing. Thank you for pointing it out, Jack. If you're going to be doing grow lights, check with your electrical company and see if they do off-peak pricing. Our house here is on off-peak pricing. So what it means is you can pay the full rate during the daytime, but from daylight savings time to change it. So from 11 p.m. to 8 a.m., you're off peak, and it's like a third the price.
Yeah, we got that up here too.
And so all my grow lights are on timers. So they come on at 11:15 and shut off at 7:45. Make sure they stay well within that off-peak time. So I'm not. It's only costing me a third of what it would normally cost me to run grow lights during the daytime. So the plants are cattywampus. They think, okay, all right. They think nighttime's day, daytime's nighttime. Well, when it comes time to move them outside, I will start adjusting it and opening the blackout curtains in the room so they get some daylight time. And so I give them about a week to transition, and then I'll just put them outside. Yeah, we do not. My wife and I do not want GMO seeds either. Yeah, yeah, that does not end well. Yes. Yeah, the plants are on the night shift, the graveyard shift. All righty, folks. So that's what's coming up here. Thank you, Liz, for coming up and sharing what you're doing up there. And everyone, thank you for your questions and sharing what you're doing there and your experiences with growth greenhouses, high tunnels, grow lights. That's part of the other stuff. Outdoor, indoors. You have lots of options for growing stuff. And there are plenty of channels out there. And if you start dropping, doing searches, YouTube searches for specific things like, high tunnels, greenhouses, geothermal greenhouse heating, you'll find videos on it. So it's a good way to learn a little bit more. You may find a new channel that you didn't even know about, and all of a sudden it's like, this is the channel I've been looking for. And there are some out there that are really cool. All right, everyone. Thanks for coming by, and hopefully I'll see you tomorrow over on Gray Man Prepping for Survival Saturday. Stay safe and try growing stuff indoors, folks.
Have a good night.